around.
I'm trying to stop. Get off of me. You're hurting me. You're hurting me. You're hurting me. Please.
Get away.
Get on your stomach. Get on your stomach. No, you're hurting me.
How's one? You good?
10-4, if I could use another.
Don't walk away. Don't fight. I don't time for
Back up, back up!
I will take you.
Ever seen someone completely lose it when asked to follow simple instructions? In this case, we witness a full-blown meltdown inside a dental office where one woman's sense of entitlement spirals into a confrontation with police officers and an eventual arrest. Looks like this woman found herself in trouble yet again. But believe it or not, this still isn't the wildest case we've seen. Stay tuned because the next one might just top it. But first, let's talk about what happened on February 21st, 2023. Martha, a familiar face with a documented history of disruptive behavior, showed up once more at a Salvation Army store where she had already been permanently banned. Her previous conduct had earned her a no trespass order, but despite repeated warnings from both store staff and local police, she decided to come back anyway. When officers arrived on the scene, they reminded Martha that she had been officially trespassed from the property and needed to leave immediately. At first, she seemed cooperative, but it didn't last.
Martha.
Yes.
Hi. They want you to leave.
Okay.
Okay, they want you trespassed, okay?
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
I'm leaving. I'm gonna pay for what I
No, you gotta go now though. They don't want you to pay for anything.
No this?
No, you just leave right there. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
You want to just come to my car, I'll give you a trespass, get you out of here, okay?
I don't need to get trespass from you.
Okay. So I don't have to give you the piece of paper, just so you know.
Because a woman, you can do I don't care.
Well, you don't need to take the piece of paper, just know that you're not allowed back, okay?
Yes, I know.
If you come back, you could be arrested,
Yes,
okay?
I've been in jail already for no trespassing. You know that.
All right. So you know how it works.
I know.
All right. Martha, this is still their property. You can't be here either.
$2.50.
Okay, I don't care.
And money that I need to pick it up.
If you don't leave right now, you're going to go to jail.
I'm going to jail right now. Take me to jail. Take me to jail.
Soon, the situation took a turn. Martha became combative, insisting she wasn't going anywhere until she was reimbursed for $32.50 that she claimed the store owed her. Her refusal to leave and her escalating defiance transformed a simple enforcement call into a drawn-out confrontation. As officers continued to urge her to comply, Martha took things further, retreating to her car and refusing to step out when instructed. Her resistance quickly escalated into loud protests, accusations of abuse, and demands for medical assistance. Although officers advised her repeatedly to remain calm, she only became more volatile.
Get out of the car. No, get out of the car. Martha, get out of the car.
The guy was speaking with her for my $32.50.
Negative, but it's reference to Martha. How's one? You good?
10-4, if I could use another.
Stop hurting me, sir! Stop pressuring me! Stop!
I'm in the rear. My car's in the front. I'll be standing by.
I get to talk with you to get my money!
It's unsecured in the back.
Abuser! You're a fucking abuser!
Pops, are you any closer until I get there?
Yeah! Help me, Mom! Help me, Mom! Help me, Mom! Don't touch my car!
Don't do that. Don't kick me.
Try to kick me? You kidding?
I'm call it out.
Yep.
Martha, do you want some water?
I have water in my car.
Do you want some?
Right there. Don't let that go, please.
Okay, do you want some water?
I don't want to take water until the paramedics come.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
What followed was a tense extraction. The officers were eventually forced to remove her from the vehicle using physical means, as Martha continued to claim she was in distress statements that, while taken seriously, appeared strategically timed to delay the arrest process. Officers arranged for her to be evaluated at a local hospital before proceeding with the legal booking.
So she's under arrest.
Hi, dear.
Okay. And now she's claiming blood pressure issues, I believe.
Hi.
She just tried to kick me and we pushed her, and now she's on the ground
May I
too.
sit
So.
down, please?
You want to sit up?
Please.
Yeah, let me help you. Yeah, we asked her she
No,
won't
one
sit up till
second,
you
one
guys
second.
got
One, three.
How you been?
Having problem with the motherfuckers out of the beach.
Which
Please
one?
follow me.
Going to the hospital won't.
Oh, you got your whole little outfit there.
You're still gonna have to deal with the police officer. Okay, going to the hospital won't.
In the aftermath, Martha was formally charged with 2 misdemeanors, trespassing and resisting an officer without violence. The trespassing charge was clear-cut given the existing warnings and the store's documented ban. There was little room for debate. The resisting charge, though nonviolent, reflected her repeated refusal to cooperate and her attempts to obstruct the officers from carrying out their duty. With her past behavior taken into account, these charges could lead to consequences including court-ordered fines, mandatory counseling, or even probation, depending on how the court interprets the severity of her actions.
I didn't have no time
What's
to
your guys'
run
status
nothing
there?
because he came and took me out.
Why do you think that? Why would someone call us that?
Because I have that name, Nick. Nick is a Puerto Rican guy, a Cuban guy, and he's very mean and nasty.
10-4. There, I just watched yours, and she's happy feet. Watch your.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah,
I'm not gonna touch this man. This is a man. He's an honor man, not like you, piece of garbage.
Yeah, I am. That's true. I am definitely old.
And I went to be at your restaurant and I left. The food was disgusting, but I love your place.
Under Florida statutes. Chapter 810. Trespassing is defined in Section 810.08 as the act of remaining on property after being warned by the owner or their representative. The penalties for this offense may include fines and jail time, and the severity of the charge increases if the individual has a history of previous warnings or bans. The law aims to protect property rights and maintain order by penalizing individuals who disregard lawful prohibitions. Resisting an officer without violence is addressed under Florida statutes, Chapter 843, specifically Section 843.02. This offense involves obstructing or opposing law enforcement officers during the execution of their duties without using physical force. The consequences for this violation can include fines and imprisonment, with the penalties varying based on the extent and nature of the resistance. This statute underscores the importance of cooperation with law enforcement and penalizes behaviors that hinder their official functions. Let's talk about the incident involving a woman we'll refer to as Ms. Karina, who flat out refused to leave her dentist's office, and things only went downhill from there. It all unfolded on January 2nd, 2024. What should have been a routine dental visit turned into a scene of disruption and chaos. Ms. Karina became increasingly agitated when informed that the documentation she was waiting for wasn't ready yet. Instead of waiting patiently or returning later, she demanded the paperwork immediately, and when staff couldn't deliver, she escalated.
All right, what's going on?
There is nothing here. All I asked was just for my documentation about what happened here and what went on, and they refused to give me my paperwork, and that's all I asked. That's it. I don't understand why it's a
I said,
no.
I said she just left the chair. I was unable to have documentation
I didn't just
until I could
a problem or an issue for me to get my documentation of what happened today.
until I compile it. I asked her if she would like to come back for it.
Okay.
Then she can come back for it.
Okay.
She began arguing loudly and took it one step further, physically blocking the office entrance, preventing other patients from entering or exiting. At that point, the situation had clearly gotten out of hand, and staff had no choice but to contact law enforcement. When officers arrived, they attempted a calm approach. They asked Ms. Karina to step outside and wait for her documents to be prepared, but she wasn't having any of it.
Okay, what's going on?
The problem is, I was sitting down, okay, waiting to get the documentation before I got the documentation, which was asking for the things that were done here today. They told me I didn't have to pay, I could just leave, when I told them I had the money to pay for today and what happened today.
So what's the issue?
The issue is all I want is documents that happened today, so that way I can take it and I can get the work done that I needed done.
You heard what she said, right? You can get it later. Heard what she said, right? You can get it later.
But why is it an issue for me to get it? Okay, so I can come back later and pick them up?
I told her I would mail them to her address because
they don't have an address on
and I asked her to write it down.
All right,
and
hang up
she
the
wouldn't.
phone. This person's not a part of it. Okay.
She doubled down. She refused to move, continued obstructing the entrance, and argued with the officers, making it clear she had no intention of cooperating. Despite multiple warnings and a clear explanation that remaining on the premises could result in arrest for trespassing, she stayed put. Officers tried to guide her toward compliance, but Ms. Karina resisted every step of the way. What started as verbal pushback soon turned into a physical struggle.
I'm just waiting for the paper that they said that they were just about to bring out.
Yeah, and then you left, so we thought you left.
No, I left to go for a walk so I can calm down. I didn't leave, but you told me to come back in here when everything was done. So that's what I was doing.
No, don't go for a walk, just stay here. I don't need you to walk around everywhere. I need to find where you're at so we can just give you the documents. I'm sure it'll be just another minute.
I can come back when the documents are done and I can go for a walk until then. I don't understand why it's a problem for me to just step outside and go for a walk.
Okay, can you just step outside and just wait there? Because once they get the documents, we can just hand it to you. I can't be here all day while you're going on a walk. So, like I said, you're just gonna have to wait here, because if you leave and come back, you're getting arrested.
I can't get my paperwork and documentation even if I leave and come back?
I'm telling you. No. Who called you a dog?
You're telling me to sit down like I'm a dog.
Yes,
I'm not
get
a
out of
dog.
the door. Okay, fine, come stand by this wall. Get out of this doorway right now.
Why? Because I'm asking for my papers?
Yes. Come stand over here.
The situation quickly deteriorated. Officers were forced to use physical means to remove her from the building. Throughout the scuffle, Ms. Karina yelled that she was being mistreated, accusing the officers of using excessive force claims, often made in heated encounters but difficult to support when body cam footage tells a different story. Eventually, she was placed under arrest and transported into custody.
Right. Well, now,
to come back ever.
okay, so she's gonna be trespassed?
Yes.
Okay, so you hear this, okay? If you leave the property and come back, you'll be arrested. If you leave right now, you cannot come back, okay?
I just want my paperwork.
Okay, wait 2 minutes, and you'll have your paperwork, okay? Do you understand? If you return to this property, you will be arrested. So you have to be here and...
Let me write down my information or whatever.
Okay, ma'am, sit down.
I'm not a dog. I'm not sitting down like I'm a dog. I'm not a dog.
Stay right there. You're not moving anywhere. You're waiting for your documents. Unless you want to leave, you're going to be trespassed, and you'll be arrested if you return. Get out of the doorway. You're not going to be blocking the doorway for all these other customers.
I'm not blocking the doorway for anything. The door's open. Anyone can come in here. I'm not blocking anyone.
All right, she's trespassed. They're getting her documents right now.
I'm waiting.
She wants to be argumentative with me. I told her to sit down. She wants to call her mom and stay in the doorway.
Mom, they're refusing
go wait
to give me
outside.
my issue. They refuse to
All
give me
right,
my
let's go
paperwork.
outside.
No, I'm not
Let's go
doing
outside.
anything. They
You
told
go
me to
to
wait
jail.
2 minutes
Hey.
for my paperwork. I'm waiting for my paperwork. I'm opening. The door's open, wide open.
Go outside.
Get outside
Go to
now.
jail.
Following the arrest, legal consequences followed. Initially, she was hit with a charge of battery on a law enforcement officer, but in the courtroom, the charges were reduced. As part of a plea deal, Ms. Karina admitted guilt to disorderly conduct, resisting an officer without violence, and trespassing. She was sentenced to time served and fined.
I'm getting arrested for what? Why am I being
Get
held?
up
Let
and
go
go
of me.
outside.
Okay, I'll get
Get up
out.
and go outside.
I just wanted my paperwork. Why is it a problem?
Get up and go outside, because you're not listening. Get
I'm
up and
not
go
listening
outside.
for what I
This
just-
is business.
Okay, and that's fine. Mom.
Get up and get outside now.
Okay, if you do not get up right now, you're going to jail.
That's it.
I'm outside. I'm outside. Mom! Mom, get off of me. What am I? I'm not resisting. Ow, I'm not resisting. No, I'm not. I'm not
Turn
resisting. Ow, you're hurting me.
Turn around.
I'm trying. This is Brat. Get off of me. You're hurting me. You're hurting me. You're hurting me. Please.
Get away.
Get off me. Get on your step. No, you're hurting me. Ow.
Right now.
Why are you doing this? I just wanted my documentation.
Let go of your hands!
Get back now.
I want to go.
Hey!
I just wanted my documentation.
Then you should have
Hey! Stop resisting!
In the end, this resolution reflected a quiet acknowledgement that her actions were not just disruptive but unlawful. A tantrum over paperwork had turned into a criminal case, and all of it could have been avoided with a little patience.
I need my ID. I need my wallet.
Search him until you get my money.
Okay.
No, I need my ID. I need my wallet.
You're gonna get everything. Calm down.
No, I need my ID. I need my wallet. It's all over
You'll
there.
get everything. Calm down. No more fighting. Let's go. Come on. You'll get out. You'll get out
Hey.
today if you don't fight.
You're gonna
Let's
get
go.
more charges if you don't
The
comply
faster
with
you
this.
get there, the faster you'll get out. As soon as you get
Yep,
out,
yep.
get up. We're
You're-
gonna put them in the front, but
Yep,
you gotta
they're gonna
stand
be
up.
loose.
Come on, get up in
All right,
there, all
come on.
right? Come on. Up here. Sit right up in the corner. All the way over.
Alright, scoot in.
Okay.
Alright, whatever. Or, hey, you're gonna hit by the door.
Under Florida statutes, Chapter 800-777.03, disorderly conduct encompasses any actions that disrupt the peace or order of the community. This can include loud or unruly behavior that interferes with public tranquility. The penalties for disorderly conduct can vary based on the severity of the disturbance, with possible consequences including fines and imprisonment. Resisting an officer without violence is defined by Florida statutes. Chapter 843.02 involves obstructing or opposing a law enforcement officer's lawful duties without employing physical force. This offense can result in a misdemeanor charge, which may lead to jail time and fines reflecting the seriousness of impeding an officer's ability to perform their duties. Trespassing outlined in Florida statutes. Chapter 810-08 refers to the unlawful act of entering or remaining on property without permission. The legal repercussions for trespassing can vary significantly, ranging from fines to imprisonment, depending on whether the offense is classified as a misdemeanor or felony. All right, let's dive into the next one, because this case, it starts off simple but unravels fast into something much more serious. It happened on January 7th, 2023. What began as a routine rideshare dispute involving an intoxicated passenger quickly spiraled into a full-blown criminal incident with vandalism, assault, and multiple charges to follow. Police officers on bicycle patrol were flagged down by a rideshare driver reporting vandalism to his vehicle. According to the driver, he had refused service to a group of intoxicated passengers. That's when one of the women snapped angrily, ripping off the rear windshield wiper in what he described as an act of petty vandalism. Even though the damage was valued under $25, it was enough to initiate a criminal mischief investigation.
Central to K9 and 54 fire station.
What was she wearing?
Jacket. I think it's like dark blonde, dark, skinny.
She wearing a red shirt underneath?
I think so.
Here's that for you.
She's with a drunk lady and two guys sitting over there.
So right over here?
They were sitting over there.
Hey, give me a second. Right.
You said you're the one that damaged his car. I literally been in the back of Coyote over there and trespassed the entire time. I came out to change out of my heels, brought her a water, and then came over here.
Did someone pull off his back windshield wiper?
Did you guys try to stop him in any way?
No, that was not our Uber. This is our Uber that he ordered here.
A lift, not an Uber.
That would be all right there. That's all right.
The damage is less than $25. Because when I looked at it, you're able to connect it back on, that it comes all together as one piece.
That's her right there.
That was the one that I was talking to?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, she's intoxicated. They're both intoxicated. All right.
Things escalated from there. The woman in question, later identified as Nicole, grew increasingly hostile during the encounter. When officers attempted to verify her identity, she refused to cooperate. Her agitation grew with every passing minute, and what could have remained a minor citation quickly evolved into a volatile confrontation.
Claiming that there's criminal mischief here and that you broke his car.
And I'm
so I need IDs from you guys.
I don't think so.
I called you. I did everything.
That was fine.
I need your ID. You can go over there, but I need her.
But I did everything. She did nothing.
Okay. You got an ID on you.
Why do you need my ID?
Because I need to identify who you are, because I'm in investigation right now.
For what?
But she didn't do
Because
anything.
somebody is... Don't walk away. Don't fight. I will protect us.
Back up! Back up!
I will take you.
No need to. What are we doing?
Ready?
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Relax. Get off me. Get off me. I'll tase you.
Guys!
Give me your hands. I will tase you.
What are we doing right now? We're good.
Get off. I
Yeah,
will
get
tase you.
You're being charged with battery LEO.
For what?
You just hit an officer.
That's battery.
Why were you grabbing me?
Relax.
Without warning, Nicole swung her purse directly into the face of one of the officers, striking him. From that moment, the situation turned physical. Officers had no choice but to intervene more forcefully as Nicole continued resisting arrest. Despite their efforts to keep the situation under control, Nicole's aggressive behavior made the arrest chaotic. She was eventually subdued and taken into custody, but not before being charged with 2 counts of battery on a law enforcement officer and resisting an officer with violence.
We were doing a investigation for criminal mischief, and she refused to identify herself to Officer Knox. And Knox went to grab her arm. She swung her purse at her face.
Hit me with the clutch.
Hitting her with the face.
If you had a 6-digit code, what would it be?
I asked her to identify herself. She tried to walk away. So I grabbed her hand and she hit me with the clutch.
I saw that.
She turned back and...
Don't leave! Don't leave, please!
Investigation for criminal mischief, and she refused to identify herself to Officer Knox. And Knox went to grab her. Stand by. Hey! Are you serious?
Kidding? Are you kidding? No, I'm not kidding. You fucking bitch!
Let her know we got this.
Oh, isn't it nice?
I'm there.
We're good. We're good.
Oh. No, the guy. You said you guys were working a statement? All right. That's his date of birth. This is his phone number. You got to call him when you guys are ready for his statement.
In court, things didn't get much better for her. Nicole was initially sentenced to 24 months of probation and ordered to pay a fine, but she didn't stick to the terms. A violation of her probation landed her back in court this time with a much harsher consequence. She was sentenced to 60 days in jail. So what started as a drunken tantrum over a refused ride ended in jail time.